Hi, welcome to Get Set Up. We're so glad you're here. My name is Twyla. What a great topic we have for you today. It's all about decluttering, organizing your refrigerator and pantry to save money. Let's Marie Kondoize our refrigerator and pantry. So I wrote a bunch of notes down about things that I really want to accomplish. Let me go through those notes together. Okay, do you ever get frustrated with yourself? I know I do. When I look through the refrigerator and see that I bought something and then never used it and it's already gone bad, I should have just taken the money and thrown it out the window, okay? Because that's really frustrating to me. So my number one, and I'm talking to myself now, not just you, I need this a lot. My number one thing is if I buy it, use it. And use it right away. Don't say, oh yeah, I'll probably use these turnips, tomorrow. No, you won't. If you don't have a specific reason to use them, don't buy them and think you're going to use them, because guess what? If you're anything like me, that's not going to happen. So if it's in the refrigerator, use it before it gets too moldy and mushy and you can't use it. All right. Another thing is, like, if you buy it, of course, then use it. And then the key here, what I try to do, as I'm unloading the groceries, I start making whatever it is I bought it for. So don't even let it get hidden behind everything in the refrigerator, everything in the pantry. Like, what did I do with that jackfruit? Look at the expiration date. Yeah, that was 2 years ago. Okay, so what I'm trying to focus on, now I'm not perfect, maybe you are. What I'm trying to focus on is if I buy it and I bring it home, start making that recipe right away. So that's helped me. What really helps with organizing and your refrigerator and pantry, don't put a bunch of stuff in there, just like your house. Don't fill it up with a bunch of clutter. My daughters asked me one year, Mom, what do you want for Christmas? I said, I want your stuff out of my house. I said, it's my new mantra. I live in a home, not a storage unit. And so what I told them I wanted, I want you to buy a storage unit, rent it every month, and put all your stuff in there. Okay, I don't know how that's working out. The storage unit's full. They still have a bunch of stuff at my house, but that's a different problem. Another thing to do is start by taking everything out. So we're going to start with the refrigerator. Take everything out. Like, how long have you had this mustard that's, you've run out of? You can, if it's not too old, you can make a nice marinade or a nice no oil salad dressing out of it. But you don't need 3 of those mustards, okay? Yeah, I love mustard. You don't need ketchup. When you open it, it's got that black ring around the collar. You don't need that either. So think about throwing those things out and then just bring into your house, your refrigerator and your pantry, only the things that you know you're going to use. So that's really important. Another thing I did is I organized my refrigerator and my pantry according to topic. Like, what does that mean? I put all the nut butters in one section, and then I wrote a label, nut butters. And it wasn't just for my daughters when they lived at home. Oh, this is where the nut butter goes. It was also for me to get into the habit of putting things away instead of just shoving it in the refrigerator, closing the door, and everything else gets pushed back. So all the mineral waters might go here, all the nut butters might go there, where all the produce goes. So that's been really helpful. One thing I've done in my pantry is, and I think I may have mentioned this before about spices, one thing I've done in my pantry, I have 2 shelves. One shelf is just for the spices and the mixes that are more baking oriented. The other shelf is more for the savory things, like maybe cornmeal or something like that. And so when I keep those 2 separate, it's a little bit easier to find something. I tried putting them in alphabetical order, but I like the segregating by topic. I like that a little bit better. Okay, number 3, or maybe I'm on 4, who knows? Cook, freeze, and label. Very important. I wasn't always so good about that. I would make something and then I'd freeze it and I'd say, I thought I made that at one time, but I couldn't remember when I made it. I couldn't find it in the freezer. So in addition to labeling it, in addition to putting the date I made it, I also have a little list in my freezer, what I made when I made it. So it's like, oh, I really need some cookies for whatever. Didn't I make some cookies? Yes, I put cookies made such and such, the kind, and it's on the 3rd shelf. And maybe it's just because I'm getting old or whatever, but I think I've always had this problem until I finally realized, why don't you organize your kitchen, your pantry, I'm talking to myself now, pantry and refrigerator the way I organize every job I'm at. If I'm doing a job, I'll make sure the files are neat, the checks are balanced, and all of that kind of stuff. checks or balance, is where balance or checkbook. I mean, QuickBooks files in line. Okay, so I brought that kind of Marie Kondo attitude to my refrigerator and pantry. So when I took the Forks Over Knives Ruby cooking course, it's sponsored through Forks Over Knives. It's called Ruby, R-O-U-X, like the roux you make. It's Ruby cooking course. It was super expensive. Probably could have learned everything free on YouTube, but whatever. They made us, so the first assignment we had to do, take a picture of our pantry, take a picture of our refrigerator, and do a before and after. So you don't have to spend $1,400 for this course. Why don't you call a friend and say, let's do this? And when you have to take a picture of it and it's going to be posted to the other 48 students that are in your class, you're going to make sure it's clean and organized. So maybe you want to do that with your friend or your daughter or something like that. I think that, or do it with me. Just email me. We could do it together. I think that would be fun. Then the other thing is that I like, that I'm not very good at, storage containers. Keep your lid with your container, whether it's Tupperware or, Pyrex has different lids than Anchor, and all these ones, they don't fit together right, It's like, why can't they have, like your phone charger? Why can't it be generic, Instead, they've all got to be a little bit different. And if you don't keep them together, they're going to end up the same place those missing socks ended up. There's some place that they're all going. Missing socks here, missing Tupperware here. So those are just some handy hints. Now, Get Set Up has a decluttering group. They have lots of classes, and they've got some great articles. So this was just a little thumbnail of some of the ways that you can keep your pantry and your refrigerator organized. But go to Get Set Up and dig a little bit deeper, and let's throw out that junk.